welcome back to another episode of Vampyr. I hope you're doing well, looking after yourself. So we have arrived at the hospital today, and I'm gonna murder everybody.
It's okay, Jonathan. I'll see you later.
It's okay, Jonathan, I'll see you later.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood.
But I will.
Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Let you bleed, be more polite, or I'll kill you. You should be more polite.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Everything will be fine. I am a doctor. Press X to embrace Clay or circle to release him. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware there will be consequences. Sorry, buddy. You gotta die.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
The district will soon suffer.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
You might be thinking, you cruel bastard, I don't give a shit. I'm killing them all.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
How is Mr. Hampton?
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I just need to know how my next meal ticket is doing, that's all.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Ooh. And level 2.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
He's got a shotgun. Okay. Alright, let's go to our room then.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
La da. Oh yeah, I hope you're all doing well as well. I don't know if I've said that. Need the shillings, crumpled letter, details.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
We need hints. So yeah, we can
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
we can help
I'll
some
see
of the
you
people
later.
in the hospital,
Knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
but we can also level them up to eat them. La, da, da. On the second floor, I'm guessing this is my floor? No. So I'm not too sure how many parts this be. It could be a long game-ish, depending on what we decide to do, like side missions and stuff as well.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Not yet, you won't be. We need to first analyze the components you found to unlock new recipes. Click on the to analyze components. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Press R2. That does 99. I'm going to upgrade a Clay's hatchet, so I think. Alright.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Right. 1,445. Can't unlock that yet. Oh my god, you get so much XP, man. Okay, we're out. Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the district health status. It can also be degraded due to diseases spreading among citizens. The more lives you take, the unhealthier a district becomes. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide of a district's fate. Right, so we kind of need to keep it stable-ish while feeding on people, I guess.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Oh crap, we're looking more evil. What do you want, woman?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Okie dokie, let's go into the morgue. So I'm pretty sure there's actually like ghouls and shit living in the morgue. They've like took up refuge in there. La da da da. A small bottle.
It's locked, all right.
Right, so that's where we need to go. It's quite a big map, actually. I need to go around the side building. Yeah, I also want to equip my axe. Offhand, we'll use the stake. Don't have any serums.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate.
Oh,
if they were to find somebody.
Get off me, freak. Oh, more than two, is there? There's only room for one vampire. A photograph of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. Yeah, we'll collect side missions as we go that we can do. If you don't want me to do side missions, you just want to see the main story, then just let me know in the comments and we'll carry on with the main game. Dun 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 dun. Gotta make sure we grab all the loot. Loot! Shillings. We're never really going to be rich on this game, but we can be rich in power. I wonder if I can do a sneak attack.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Right, we got one load of stuff. Got some more shillings, which is beautiful.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Hello there. He's blocking himself now. But you can't deny my claw attacks.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
What the hell? I don't remember that.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
How the hell did that hit me? That was nowhere near me. I need more blood. A really good PlayStation 1 game back in the day was the Blade game. Blade 1 and 2. Those games were quality. Glass vial. Oh, he's dead. Okay. John Doe. Gotta watch out for his attacks. See you later, John Doe.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Patience, young vampire. Soon.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Is there anything down here we missed? No. Right, let's go heal some people. We need the medicine for fatigue. There we go. Yeah, because really what we're going to do is we want to try and keep everybody healthy until we can like maximize the XP that we can get from drinking them. No, no, no. Why is there so many bloody skulls in here? Down, 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 down. Right, let's get out of here. Got a fair bit of XP for doing that as well. 1,208. That's pretty good. I'm going to be experimenting with the different powers. I want to know what sort of stuff we can get. What the heck was the point of getting up here? You don't fight me. I fight you. Bring a medicine to Dorothy Crane and the patients.
The pain. I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Really? Goodbye.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Let's go back.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
We'll take care
The
of
staff
you.
here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
A new citizen investigation is available. Press. Huh? You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with square, then access it to your map area. Okay. Okay.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Garden near the morgue, eh? We'll leave that go.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
I need to
Good
talk
evening,
to these
sir.
people.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
You let her bite you?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
He's got a point.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Bring the medicine to Dorothy Crane in the patient's room. Hey, it's William.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Personal questions. How do you feel?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Could be anemic from losing too much blood.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why not use your cross against William?
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Well, we got to know the main crew anyway.
It's locked.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital.
Right, is this who we're
Good
going to
evening,
give?
nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
La, da, da.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Well, at least I know who you are.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
For now. Right, where the hell is Nurse? Where is... There she is.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Alright, press R1 to check the medical status of the citizen. Healing the city will increase. Okay, yeah.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
We need to give him medicine.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Well,
I
doesn't
have
really
to
want to
go now,
talk.
sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Doctor. Who is this?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Well, all the expenses, they could be, I need a bit of blood.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Fair enough, woman.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me
more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Oh, she charged you, did she?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Until later. Right, talk to Edgar Swansea. Gotta talk to him. Dorothy Crane, we don't need to talk to you. We need to find... I know people will give me a boost, but I'm not going to kill them while they give me such low XP. I want high XP.
We're here for you.
Dorothy, where the hell have you gone? So yeah, there is a lot of talking in this game, so if this isn't your type of thing, I do understand.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have found your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Why not? It's not as if you're hurting anybody.
Goodbye, Milton.
Where the freaking hell is this woman? There she is. Oh, Pippa. I want half the money.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What?
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Fair enough.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Was it Nurse Hawkins that we had to talk to? Must have been. Talk to Edgar Swansea. Where the hell is Edgar to? Must be upstairs. Okay.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Don't mind if I do.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to apologize,
There's no
my
need to
friend.
apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
I can't promise she won't come back a vampire. See, really, you'll think we're being good at the minute, but we're not. We're hiding our true intentions until we get to eat them all. It's you.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
Yeah, I believe you. Killing them is taking them out of their pain sometimes.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
What? I want to eat the culprit, though.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Why didn't you just kill him? And eat him? You are a vampire?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Oh, don't worry, my lady. I will take care of it.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
A rat in the hospital, eh? Very well. Right, well, I am going to have to end this episode here, but thank you all very much for watching. Like I say, I know there's a heck of a lot of talking in it, but this is basically what this game is about, so I'll understand if you don't like watching it. But this is being uploaded alongside a couple more episodes of Song of Horror, and then I've got Grey Hill Incident that's being uploaded as well. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next episode of Vampyr. So take care until then. Bye! Right. Oh shit. 3 of them!